For the next presentation, I will invite on stage Mara Rațiu, Associate Professor within the Theory Department of the University of Art and Design from Cluj. Here she's teaching courses in philosophy and aesthetics of the visual arts. And also she is a Vice Rector responsible for institutional partnerships within the same university. Her presentation is about arts and technology, what's in it for programmers. Please welcome Mara.
Hello everyone. Yes, I have my presentation on the screen. Thank you for the introduction. And as you heard, I'm trained as a philosopher. I'm specialized in art philosophy, in aesthetics. And I have to make a confession to you. I'm what one can call digital idiot. It's a very strong word, and that's why I'm so grateful to a friend of mine who suggested me the phrase digital naive, which I love. Yes, so I'm here in front of you as a digital naive. And obviously all of you will ask yourselves, what is she doing here? And I think, well, there are two reasons. The first reason is curiosity. As I was trained as a philosopher, curiosity is the basic ability that I have developed. And as all professionals here in Cluj, I'm so curious about the IT sector. So very happy to be here, very happy to be present to all these great presentations, and thank you, really thank you for all the knowledge that I'm gathering today. But the second reason, which I think is the most important, is collaboration and friendship. And I'm going to thank Stelian Brad and Andrei Kelemen from the Cluj IT cluster. They had the idea of inviting me here. I'm really grateful for that. It's not just a collaboration that we have developed, it's already a friendship. And again, this is a key word, please keep it in mind. Okay, let's get serious now. Everybody knows art is fascination with scientific discoveries and the subsequent technologies goes back to the Greek-Roman Antiquity. And I'm so glad my presentation is after the fabulous keynote speaker before, who actually referred to the Antiquity. But it is the Renaissance that establishes the myth of artist-engineer in reference to the prodigious work of Leonardo da Vinci. Again, it's common knowledge, but I think it's very important to remind all of us to think about it. Intriguing image, isn't it? In this vein, the new technologies developed since the second half of the 20th century have had a major impact on the artistic production. Since the 1960s, artists have used new technologies in order to create new forms of art that we generically call new media art. And what you have here in this intriguing image is actually Nam June Paik, a Korean-American artist, one of the first to use television technology very early in the 60s. And Nam June Paik is called the father of video art. Another intriguing image, isn't it? The consequence of this happy relationship between arts and technology was the expansion of the scope of the artistic field. Yes, art has, let's say, went beyond its initial limits. It's enlarging itself by the use of technology. What you have here on the screen is Herbert Franke, and it's the portrait Albert Einstein. It's a computer-transformed photographic scan, color photographs from 1973. Obviously, these references are essential for what we call new media art. Okay, this is great for the arts. But what's in for the technological sector, and particularly for the programmers? Are the arts able to contribute to the development of technology, or is this relationship just a one-way road? With this question in mind, my presentation will argue that the arts-technology relationship is a mutually beneficial one, by exploring the art's potential in the improvement of programming technologies. Obviously, this is such a, a huge ambition for a digital naive as I am, so you will have to bear with me. So what I will talk about, because it's important to know what we talk about. First of all, I will refer to what I call the Cluj ecosystem for new media art. For you, I think it's important for you people from the IT sector to understand where new media art is produced, that is art based on computer technology. Then I will very proudly move to examples of artistic projects developed by professors and students within my university, projects that use computer technology, and I will end with arguments in favor of strengthening the collaboration between the arts and the technology sector. So let's go to the Cluj ecosystem for new media art. When we talk about an ecosystem, we start with education. Obviously, first of all, we have to talk about higher education in this sense. And very important for this ecosystem is the photo of the video department within my university, University of Art and Design, which offers several courses in digital art in the framework of one BA program and one MA program in the field of photo video. But we also have collaborators, and it's important to note here that also within the Babes-Bolyai University, more precisely within the Faculty of Theatre and Film, there is a department entitled Cinematography and Media, and this department offers a one master degree program in digital interactive arts. So this would be, let's say, the two the most important places within higher education that offers training for artists in order to develop artistic practices based on computer technology. But of course, the students, they graduate. What do they do next? Where do they show their work? Obviously, many of them will enter what we call the freelance artistic career. They will showcase their works in museums, art galleries, etc., etc. But as technological art is very particular, we have a certain type of form for this type of showcasing, and that would be festivals. Festivals are very important for this type of artistic practices. And I'm going now to the Cluj Festival, which was initiated in 2012 by the German Cultural Center and the French Institute. Then we have Electro Arts Festival, initiated in 2013 by the Gheorghe Dima Music Academy in collaboration with my university. And very recently and very interesting, the new media program of the Electric Castle Festival. Yes, festivals, music festivals, they need this type of artistic practices. So they started to fund internships, production of artwork, and I strongly believe that in a few years' time, this type of artistic practices will be more current, more, in a daily university life, because of this type of fostering that the Electric Acid Festival is doing. So this would be a bit the Cluj ecosystem for new media art, and I'm proudly going to what professors and students within my university do in this direction. And I will talk about a few projects. First, I'm going to the project titled The Illusion of the Present, Medium Immersive Video Installation. The artist is Diana Dragan Kirila. Diana, you are here. Please stand up, please. Everybody has to see you. Diana has worked with the programmer, Mihaly Veres. What is the topic of this immersive video installation is the nature-human relationship. And now I'm going to the next slide. This is going to be a video, but first, it already works. Hopefully we have sound. Let's see if it goes with sound. Okay, if not, is it? Great, thank you. So just to sum up what we have seen, the video representing windy landscapes is projected on the floor. A Kinect sensor oriented towards the viewer detects her shape and projects it on the video, while the video image and the sound increase the speed. The viewer's shape becomes more and more visible, thus offering the illusion of being part of the landscape. It's very round, this project. It looks very simple, but all of you know the work behind the technological work, but also the artistic work. I'm going on to the next project, titled Unpredictable, medium interactive installation. The artist is a student, a third year BA student. Andrei, please stand up. It's a video, an interactive installation in the same vein as the previous project. The topic is the same nature-human relationship, but also industrial natural spaces. The same idea with the Kinect sensor, but you see the nature that comes to cover the industrial space. Going to the next one. Now I need a video, if possible. Let's see if it works. It's still Andrei. Actually, he started a beautiful project, I say, called the Daily Doodle Project. So let's see the video. So I was telling you, oops, oh. It's a daily doodle project. Andrei did 45 visual animation using Touch Designer program, and I'm going to show you the next another doodle, if possible. This is a video, but without sound. And what I liked very much about Andrei's idea, the idea behind the project, was as follows. Doing one digital sketch a day for a month and a half, as any other graphic artist, for instance, would do, in order to keep in shape, creatively to keep in shape, and to generate new ideas. So it's this type of exercise that Andrei took on, just to keep in shape his creativity, and obviously you get to new ideas. And I'm going now to the last project that I will present here. It's not just an artistic project, it's also a research project. And I'm so proud to be able to do that. Again, it's not my doing, it's the doing of my wonderful colleagues. The title of the project is Poetry-Based 3D Printed Sculpture. The artist, Diana, again, whom you already heard about, but together with Andrei Budescu. Andrei, now is your time to stand up. And with another colleague of ours, Wana Goi. And what's amazing, they worked with this long line of programmers from Zenitech. I don't know, maybe that some of them, they are in the room, I don't know. How did this happen? There was no funding for this project. I told you about friendship at the beginning. In this case, it was something similar. It was kinship. Because Mihai Simu from the programmer's line is a cousin of Diana. So kinship brought IT people and artists together, and they wanted to develop something. And what did they do? So this project is an experimental one involving artists and programmers. It deals with the materialization of poetic verses into printed abstract artworks. At one end, the artist inputs one verse using his/her voice, while at the other end, she collects a physical form. Between the input and output, the machine analyzes the information and creates material evidence of the voice, a 3D printed layer. The final step is made by the artist, who assembles all the layers into a sculpture. You will get it immediately. First of all, look at this beautiful signs. Actually, it's the artist that drew these beautiful letters in connection with the basic emotions. So let's understand, go further. The materialization of poetic verses into a 3D printed sculpture starts from exploring the emotional triggers within poetry with the aim of designing a correspondent visual form. Already we have some visual forms. By using scalable vector graphics, the artist assigned visual shapes to the letters of the alphabet that differ based on one of the basic emotions. You see here the two examples, U connected to fury and E connected to surprise. And look at this beautiful line of a verse of a poem. Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? And this is the visual representation of it. How did it work? An emotion is detected from an audio file representing one verse of a poem. With the use of artificial intelligence technology and based on the assigned visual shape of letters, the emotion is transformed into a visual image. So yes, this is a verse, a Shakespearean verse, what you see over there. And if now it's a video, hopefully. So again, we have this connection of the visual form with the emotions expressed, be it fear, be it happiness, be it surprise, etc. And what's the next step? Printing these visual forms. And yes, this is the printed version of the verse you have already heard. And this would be a poem. This is a poem, or this, in this case, is the Juliet's monologue. And I'm getting to the end of my presentation. That's why we have to talk about this. What's in for the programmers? What can I tell you about that? First of all, it's up to you. But I'm trying to put up on the table some arguments, some ideas. First of all, the relationship between the arts and technology leads to new markets. That's so obvious. IT people can immediately sense the capacity, the opportunity of this type of collaboration. We can develop new software, we can develop new products, so a new market is born in this sense. And for sure, we are all very sensible and sensitive to the idea of a new market. But then, what's very important, I think, it's this creative, exploratory collaborations that foster innovation. If we want to go one step further, it's exactly this, not comfortable. It's not easy, you know, to have people from the IT sector and people from the arts sector working together. This is not going to be an easy task. But it's this type of collaborations that foster innovation. If we are all very comfortable in our, you know, silos, things are not going to move forward. And I'm getting to the last argument, which I think is essential. What would that be? It's reconnecting with emotions in the sense of Vitruvius' concept of Venustas. Most of you know about Venustas, but let's understand better this concept. So this is what Vitruvius was saying. Everything that is being built in his De Architectura treatise from the 1st century, he was saying everything that is being built has to have 3 dimensions. Obviously is utilitas. Then it is firmitas, because if we build something, it has to be not just useful, but it has to be sustainable. But then he was talking about Venustas. What's this Venustas? It's not just the beauty of an object. It's not just that. It's about the emotions that object, that product, that building is giving us. So think about this. And this is my claim. The educated experience of art in all its forms is the royal way of emotional training. It's not just going to a therapist. It's not just talking with friends. It's not just reading self-help books. If we really want to train our emotions, we have to be exposed to art. Mastering one's own emotions leads to developing, obviously, a more sensuous approach to all human activities, programming included, obviously. And this way, the resulting products bring about experiential enjoyment, and thus fulfilling Vitruvius' golden rules. And I have a video in the end. It's still Andrei's doodle, and I think it fits very well with this excellent conference, and thank you very much.